Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Pete Lane. Today we present interviews from the exhibit hall floor at FCB2017. FCB, the Florida Council of the Blind, meeting in Jacksonville, Florida. Join Blind Abilities special correspondent Cheryl Spencer and myself as we chat with vendors on the floor at FCB 2017. Hi folks, this is Pete Lane. Welcome to Blind Abilities. Today I'm at the FCB Convention 2017. That's the Florida Council of the Blind in Jacksonville, Florida. FCB is an affiliate of the American Council of the Blind. As you can hear, I'm in the exhibit hall now, just arrived, and I believe that there are quite a few vendors here. We'll see how many I can hook up with and bring some audio and some good information back to you. So hang in there, stay tuned, keep it tuned in right here at Blind Abilities. Aira was here, represented by Patrick Lane.
What their description of their car is, we'll have a picture of the driver and their license plate number. But we're partnered with Uber, so we do promotions with them a lot. So they're co-founders on our board of advisors.
I go into a place, and I want to make cold contacts. And I guess this would help me. They could describe that there's somebody sitting in the next table to
Absolutely.
you.
You'll be connected to an agent, and you can use your Bluetooth or your wired headphones of choice. So you can have the agent directly in your ear, so you'll be able to hear them nice and clear. So you can just connect to an agent and scan around and have them describe the people and the places that they're sitting. We also have had some users that prefer to stay connected and have a small dialogue with our agents during conversations, because they like to know how people are reacting to what they're saying. So at business conversations and dinner meetings, he would like to know the facial expression. And we've had users go to theater shows, movies, public parks, any type of situation you can think our users are out there trying.
If I'm wanting to date somebody and meet
And election systems and software.
Yeah, my name is Allison Tefelsky, and I'm with Election Systems and Software, and we are a voting technology company. So we carry today the ES&S Express Vote. That is a universal voting system which utilizes touchscreen technology, and it produces a paper record for tabulation. So this is ADA accessible, and it has for both hearing impaired and also vision impaired. It has Braille on it, it has magnification, and audiovisual visuals as well. So this is our newer technology that we're using. It's great because it reduces carbon footprint in that you don't have to use a traditional paper ballot. So a county doesn't overprint and waste any ballots. It's a simple card that is blank, so you can continue to use it from year to year to year and reduce the waste. So everyone can use it. It is a blank cardstock that is inserted, and then you vote on the machine and it marks what you're voting for. And then you take that card after it prints out and insert it into the tabulation just along with everyone else. So what we're really pushing for in the state of Florida is that we use this machine not just for ADA or people with disabilities, but that everyone can use it whether they have sight or not sight, so we can vote equally and everyone can be treated equally in the state of Florida. So that's what we're really pushing for, is for people to petition their local government and push for that so we can all use the exact same equipment. I know a year ago I was in the state of Maryland and they implemented express votes for the entire state. So not just those that are visually impaired, but everyone uses the same equipment there. So it's a really great tool. But any type of voting needs, whether it's not for just state government or national government, but for school elections or union elections, anyone can utilize the equipment that we use. So if you have any questions, you can go to ES&S.com or electionsystemsandsoftware.com and get more information for your county or all the other products and software that we offer. Thank you.
Barry joined us again from GuideLights and Gadgets.
This is BScheur from GuideLights and Gadgets, everybody, and we're here at FCB with a whole range of new products, both in the leather world and in the technology world. Let me start with some of our more unusual finds for the year. We actually have what I call the all-in-one, which is an MP3 player, an AM/FM radio, and a Bluetooth speaker that is totally accessible. And the stereo from this thing that is only 6 inches long is totally amazing. Additionally, although it's not really an electronic item, we have actually located a cane tip that glows at night so that drivers can actually see you. It uses the same kind of mechanism that a lighter uses, and it's a rolling tip, so as it rolls on the ground, actually it gives off a stream of energy that the driver sees as sparks lighting up. And that's a really neat safety thing that we found. It can either be as part of a tip, or it actually can be on a cane that is actually a folding, fairly lightweight aluminum model. But we do it both ways, and that's sort of neat because nobody has yet imported those into the United States. What we try to do is specialize in things that sort of nobody has discovered yet. Other things that we've been able to do this year is I've been very happy finding headphones that also turn into speakers with the flip of the headphone of the ear cups. It turns them into basically speakers that will fill a room. So those things are called flips, and pretty unique. We also have a new talking power bank, and I know people have loved their MyCharges for the last 3 years, but MyCharge has been discontinued and many of the batteries in those units are dead. We have found a new one that is twice as powerful as it. It will basically recharge your iPhone 3 times. It's half the size and it's less money. You know, we are always looking for things, again, to sort of add value. We are now the distributor for 3 major leather manufacturers. So everything from waist packs of about 5 or 6 different sizes to backpacks, and we talked Pete into a backpack this morning, so that's got to be pretty good, and sort of anything in between. One of the things I really have wanted to find is a leather backpack that is basically really stylish and that people can wear without feeling like they're going camping, and we sort of succeeded in that. And also cases I call a little multiple sort of pouch case for carrying an iPhone, a stream, and your wallet all at once. So we have a range of products. It's GuideLightsAndGadgets.us spelled out. I'm BScheur, which is SCHEUR, and you can reach me at 617-969-7500. Or the other line of products we have is the GuideLights, refers to the dog side of the business. Not a person, but the canine variety. And actually, we have about 250 dog products, mostly devoted to service dogs, but collapsible and travel bowls and harness safety lights, actually lights that are rechargeable with USB, so that's sort of neat, and lots of toys, of course. So any kind of thing that would basically fit within the dog category, and that's my wife and partner KNRausch, which is RAUSCH, and her number is 781-286-1696. Again, it's BScheur, SCHEUR, which anybody wants to reach me, email, it's bscheur@scheur.com. And Pete, thank you very much. It's always fun to being on with you guys.
Let's meet Renee Byrd with deTerra Oils.
Hello, this is Renee Byrd with deTerra Oils, and our oils are healing as well as soothing. We do aromatherapy with our oils. We have an oil that's called Breathe, is what I use. I'm an asthmatic and I have COPD. I was on 2 inhalers, and when the lady at church seen me coughing, she said, I've got something that will help you. Being the skeptic I am, I thought she's full of it, but I'll go with her. So she showed me the oil and showed me how to breathe the oil, and I have thrown my ZipperCore inhaler away. I no longer need it. We have lavender and lemon and orange and peppermint and spearmint. We have a different variety of oils. We have On Guard and oregano. Oregano and On Guard are natural antibiotics. The lavender, you can rub all over a baby. Our oils are pure and natural. If it can't help you, it won't hurt you. I take a drop of lavender and peppermint and lemon every night in 2 ounces of water. My skin has never looked better. I've never felt better. And it protects me against the allergies. Again, I'm Renee Byrd with deTerra Oils. There's 2 ways you can work with deTerra. You can be a customer of mine, or you can be a person who sells deTerra like me. You pay $35 and make an order, and you become a wholesaler for a year. That is the cheapest and best way to do it. If there's any way I can help anybody who is interested, call me at 904-923-5934. Again, 904-923-5934. The deTerra website is www.T, capital E, capital R, capital R, capital A.com. Thank you.
Cheryl caught up with John Palmer from Vision Aids and Magnifying America.
I'm here at Magnifying America, and we're talking to John Palmer, and he's going to tell you what he does.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. My name's John Palmer, as she mentioned. My company is Vision Aids and Magnifying America. I'm based out of Ocala, Florida, but I service every square inch of Florida and throughout the nation, quite frankly. We have our family of Patriot brand products that are video magnifiers and reading machines, the newest of which is the Patriot Voice Plus. Standalone, just like your toaster or blender, on-demand reading is now effortless. You just throw your mail at it and it reads it out loud. It is so accurate and so quick and efficient that mail no longer has to stack up in your home, and you don't have to wait for your neighbor or anybody else to help you with it. The innovative feature that's built in is the Amazon Alexa application. Other items is our Patriot VRM is our world's most significant improvement in using a tablet. It reads, it speaks, it magnifies, it searches, it does everything you'd want in a tablet. It also converts text to speech and magnifies like a video magnifier, CCTV. And that is our Patriot VRM. And then I have here the world's first 32-inch curved screen on a Dazzle. It's the Dazzle Anniversary Edition, the 32-inch curve, so your visual experience gets immersed into the screen. It's a great video magnifier for all needs, distance, near, self-viewing as well. And then I have the full VFO line of Optelec, Freedom Scientific, AVIC, GW Micro, AI Squared, and Magic as well, software products. I carry the full MagnaLink line, the Eschenbach line, as well as the HIMS line and our own brand. I also carry basically all of the manufacturers, the major lines. My number is 1-800-364-1610. You could call me anytime. That's my direct cell number, 7 days a week. I've been in business for over 30 years. I'm excited here at the American Council of the Blind Florida Division show. It's been really, really exciting to come out again after 30 years of doing this. It's almost like the first day. Okay.
All right. Thanks you so much, John.
You're
And
welcome.
He has sold me the Patriot, so I'm probably going to buy it. All right. Thanks, thanks, everybody.
And Sam from Humanware.
All right, hi, my name is Sam Adler and I work for Humanware. I am the Southeast account manager for Humanware products, blindness and low vision. So I've been working for the company for 15 years and I am low vision myself. We definitely use the products, and today I'd like to talk to you about our Braille No Touch and maybe quickly at the end talk about a new product that we just released yesterday. So let's talk about Braille No Touch, a great device. It's been released over a year on the market, off a long generation of devices that have evolved throughout time. So Braille No Touch is a portable unit. It comes in two flavors, actually 18 Braille cells or 32. Has its Perkins style keyboard that's really useful for taking notes. And what's interesting with Braille No Touch is that you can remove the keyboard, which is really just part of the case, and type directly on the glass. And that's something that's really nice because it becomes very quiet. So if you're in a meeting, for example, you don't want your colleagues to hear you clicking on the keyboard, you just move the case or the keyboard off and then type directly onto the glass. You put your 10 fingers on the screen, it registers the position of your fingers, then you just key in your Braille, grade 1 or grade 2. And what's cool with Braille No Touch is that glass is actually a 10-inch screen, so that your sighted peers, your teacher, for example, or your friends can see what's on the screen. So as you're typing in grade 2, it's back translating, displaying that in the proper text so that you can see that. Braille No Touch runs on Android, so it's a device that's Google certified. We worked really hard with Google to be able to have the best accessible device with Keysoft on top of it. So that means it opens up the Android world. You can go to the Play Store, you can download applications and use them on your Braille Note. So email, note-taking, listening to music, or surfing the web. It has Bluetooth, it has Wi-Fi, it has GPS, has all kinds of bells and whistles that really make it an interesting product. So make sure that you get your hands on one of those. And just to end this this short interview, I wanted to talk about a product we released yesterday. It's called the Brilliant BI14. So this is a small braille display that's battery operated, and it's been designed to function with your iPhone or any Apple product or any other Android device also. And what it does is that you can read your braille, you can control the telephone wirelessly through the braille display, 14 cells, and then also you can take notes. So there's a switch at the back, you just flip it and go into the notes mode, and then you can tap the small notes and they'll synchronize in the background automatically with your cell phone, and that way you have your notes on your phone or on your iPad or on your computer. And that eases taking notes real quickly on a very small device. It's nothing longer than an iPhone itself, so it's really a very small, portable, comfortable, and well-designed device. The pricing of Braille No Touch 18 is $3,999, and the 32 cell is $54.99. And the price for our BI14 is $999. So the pricing are really good, great devices, very solid, well-designed, and very accessible for any one of your uses. So make sure if you have any questions, comments, you're welcome to call us or to search our web. So it's www.humanware.com for any product specifications. If not, give us a buzz. Our toll-free number, 1-800-722-3393. Thank you much.
Cheryl had a great chat with Becky from Guiding Eyes for the Blind.
We have Becky Davidson from Guiding Eyes for the Blind, and I'm sorry I don't know where Guiding Eyes is located.
Okay, well, hi there everybody. Guiding Eyes for the Blind is located in Yorktown Heights, New York, which is in northern Westchester County, about 55 miles northwest of Manhattan.
So what breeds of dogs do you have?
Our dogs are 90% Labrador Retrievers and about 10% German Shepherds right now.
You have a German Shepherd.
We do have German Shepherds. We have 4 different types of programs at Guiding Eyes. We have our residential program, which is 3 weeks long. We have our home and away program. We call it Action Accelerated Client Option. That one is 10 days at Guiding Eyes and 3 to 5 days in your home area. And we have a home training program, which is 10 days for returning guide dog applicants and 15 days if you're a first-time guide dog user. And that's exactly what it sounds like, training in your home area. And then we have a special needs program, a dedicated special needs program, which trains guide dogs for people who are blind, but who may have additional challenges. We train people who are deafblind, people who might have some cognitive or balance issues or any number of things. The only thing we can't do is train a guide dog to work with someone in a wheelchair. But beyond that, we're willing to look at any situation and see if we can help out.
Now, what about your training techniques? It's been my experience over the last few years that the training techniques have changed in a lot of the schools.
They have changed over the last 10 years or so. Our training technique is much more relationship-based. It's built on building a relationship with the dog through praise and food and clicker training. And then once the dog is matched with their graduate or their student, the student is trained on how to use those techniques. We do not necessarily encourage continuous food reward. We hope at some point, once the student and dog get home, that they can start weaning the dog back on the food. You never really give it up completely, but you save it for those times when you really feel it's an appropriate treat or praise for the dog.
So how successful is that reward type program with the training?
We find it to be very successful because it's really all about building the relationship, and that's what teamwork is all about. We refer to our student and graduate as teams, and so teamwork is really all about building and maintaining that strong relationship. It's a relationship of trust and love, and it's very positively based.
That was something that I had heard, that they started using food, and me personally, I'm not coordinated enough to use the clicker system.
A lot of us don't. We also teach people to use a marker word instead of that, so that the dog begins to understand that word rather than the click. So we use the word yes, and that you say yes, and the dog recognize that as, oh, a treat's coming. That's for those of us who are already multitasking and having to use the clicker becomes a little bit more difficult. We find the marker word actually works better.
So what type of training do your trainers go through to be a trainer for your guide dog school?
Well, they start out as what we call instructor assistants, and they work in the kennel taking care of the dogs, assisting the instructors or trainers getting their dogs ready to go out. They spend a day a week in the vet hospital, and then they also start going out with instructor teams on training days. And then they start working with a class, and they just assist the instructors. They're kind of they're really valuable, but they're kind of like gophers. They drive the vans. They just do whatever is needed to assist both the instructors and the students. At some point, they can apply to enter the 3-year apprenticeship, and then they actually start working with a team of instructors, and they start coming into a class as an instructor. They undergo a 7-day blindfold experience where they join a class, or I think it's 5 days. They join a class as a student would, and they're under blindfold for that entire 5 days, living as a blind student would live. And then once they reach their successfully reach the end of their 3-year apprenticeship, then they become qualified instructors. And there's classroom work that they do online coursework and different things along the way during that 3 years. And I think that's actually pretty standard for any of the schools that are accredited by the International Guide Dog Federation.
Okay. What is the applicant process like?
Well, once you can either submit an application in print, we have application kits, or you can do it on our website, which is www.GuidingEyes.org. There's right on that front page, there's an apply for a guide dog link. Once you've submitted an application, we arrange for a home interview with one of our field representatives, depending on where you live. And they will come and assess your ability to travel independently with a white cane. And your judgment of street crossings. Then they'll do what's called a Juno walk, where they simulate walking with a guide dog in harness. And both of those things help them get a picture of how fast you like to walk, how you like to feel pull in the harness handle, and what kind of an environment you're living in, working your dog in, and all of those kinds of things. It generally takes a couple of hours. And then once we have that and all the other forms completed and you're approved, then we're looking for the right dog to match you with. And when we feel we have that dog available, then we'll contact you to either come in for a class, or if you've applied for home training, then we'll tell you that we have a dog and we're going to schedule the home training. The special needs instructors generally add an additional training component onto that initial guide dog training, where they will take a look at an applicant for the special needs program and look at what else they need the dog to accommodate. So it may be that they'll work with a dog simulating somebody's unusual gait, or things like that. So that gives the dog some extra training to accommodate that one individual's needs.
So if a person, for example, I'm also a hearing impaired in my right ear and have non-directional hearing, so you could teach the dog to do
We would work with the dog to accommodate what you're not able to do, okay? So you would be able to give your dog direction, and your dog, say if you were walking up to an intersection, you'd say to the curb, the dog would take you to the curb or the ramp, and then you would, to the best of your ability, tell the dog forward when you think it's safe to cross the street. But if it's not safe to cross the street, the dog will disobey that command.
Yes.
But every individual case is different. Whether or not you would end up being part of the special needs program would depend on how your home interview goes and what the home interviewer feels would be best for you.
Oh.
And it may actually turn out that it might be better for you to be trained in your home area where you're going to be working the dog anyway.
What is the facility like in general, as far as where the student will be residing, and what is the environment like?
We have single dorm rooms, all equipped with Wi-Fi, a refrigerator, cable TV, and a door that leads directly out to where you would relieve your dog.
Sign me up!
Yeah, and we have done our best to pay attention to how lighting affects our students. We have a full kitchen staff that will take very good care of your dietary needs and feed you well. We have laundry facilities that are free to use. We have both an Apple and a Windows computer available, a fitness room. Then we also have a multi-purpose training room that includes a revolving door, so we can teach the dogs how to go through revolving doors.
Very nice.
Yeah, we have a really nice sensory garden and nature path that you can walk on. So it's a very comfortable facility. And we provide all of our training, room and board, up to $300 a year in veterinary expense help, and lifetime support for as long as you and your dog are working together at no cost to you.
Wow, that's pretty great.
It is pretty great.
That is really good. I heard recently that Aira is going to be partnering with guide dogs. Do you have any information on that?
We actually, Patrick visited GuidingEyes for a few days a couple weeks ago, and we are looking at how we might be able to build that relationship and use the Aira app to assist our graduates in the field.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it because Aira is a great program. I mean, it's a great app. It's a great concept. So yeah,
cutting edge technology.
It totally is. So we're very excited about it. And Patrick got a course in guide dogs while he was there, and he got to work with a lot of our instructors so that he could see how the program could work. And we were just very pleased to have him visit.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
It was
That's
awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah,
is there
it was
anything
great.
else that you would like to add?
I don't think so. I am a guide dog user myself. I'm on my third GuidingEyes dog, and my job title is Manager of Consumer Outreach and Graduate Support. And if you listen to this and you have questions, you can call me directly at 914-243-2210, or you can email me at bbarnes, that's BBARNES, at guidingeyes.org.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank
it was
you.
a pleasure.
Nice talking with you, too.
Nice talking to you. Your name is Becky?
Becky Davidson.
Becky Davidson. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Okay.
This concludes our excursion around the exhibit hall floor at FCB 2017. I'd like to thank Cheryl Spencer. Great work, Cheryl, catching those interviews. And I'd like to thank all of the vendors and folks who chatted with us. And finally, I'd like to thank all of you for listening. Take care and have a great day.
When we share
what we see through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations and the realities of blind abilities.
The realities of blind abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities. Download our app from the App Store, blindabilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.